What's up, you guys? How much weight should you lift? I used to believe that it was all of it, all right, or as much as you could. But right next to how many sets and reps should I do, to how often should I work out, this is probably one of the most commonly asked questions. And to answer this question, I'm actually going to take you through something that's completely different than what you might have thought would lead to this answer, okay? Most commonly, this is the reason why people do not approach strength training, because they get so frustrated as to how much weight they should lift. This starts blowing their mind. They're like, 2 sets of 5, 3 sets of 8, 8 sets of 7, I don't know. It starts to blow them away and just grind their gears and like, this is stupid, I'm just gonna stop. But I encourage you not to, because once you find this little simple trick that I'm going to show you, it will change the way you lift. In fact, every time you go into the gym, you're actually not even going to know how much you're going to lift. In fact, that's what I do on a regular basis, and it keeps on continuing. The best part about what I'm about to show you is it's going to dramatically reduce your potential for injury, or how often or how likely you are to get injured from your training, okay? Often when people start lifting too much weight, and you'll see what they go through with what we're going to talk about, they're a lot more likely to get injured, and you'll see why quickly. So I like to explain this with what we call the injury continuum. Okay, this is the steps that we take incrementally to get to a really bad injury or even death. Just kidding. Don't die in the gym. Okay, but we got 5 of them. The first one we're looking at is speed of movement. Let's say you chose some weight that you're comfortable with and you're good at, and you start lifting it, okay? You go in, you lift that, let's say it's 135 pounds on a deadlift. Boom, you do a couple reps, okay? And then after 4 or 5 reps, you're like, your normal speed of movement starts changing. Boom, I'm doing a deadlift. You can't see my bottom half, but I'm deadlifting, okay? So you start doing it and you're like, oh, okay. All of a sudden your speed of movement changes. Typically, it's decreasing, okay? How fast you're moving in your repetitions decreases from what your regular tempo or speed is, okay? That's the first sign, okay, of the injury continuum. And typically, it's a good idea just to stop with that. As soon as you hit that speed of movement change and you notice it, stop the set, okay? That's how many reps you're doing today. It was 4 or 5 or whatever it was. The next thing, once you stop listening to that speed of movement cue, the next thing that'll change is actually your breathing. You'll go from a steady, all of a sudden you'll be going down for a rep, you'll finish a deadlift rep and you go, okay? I started taking a couple extra breaths, but that is the next sign that you're going into that injury, okay? You just took the next step a little bit closer towards injury. Your body is starting to move into an uncomfortable stage, okay, where it cannot keep up. So you didn't listen to speed of movement, you didn't listen to your breathing pattern change, now you're like, still trying to do these movements. The next one, and this is usually the one where people stop, which unfortunately they could have stopped a lot sooner, is joint compensation. What does that mean? Okay, it means that the primary movers of the primary joints that were supposed to be helping you during this exercise are no longer helping you. In the case of the deadlift, your upper back and shoulders and your hips stop doing their job. Well, guess what? As soon as you lose that upper back, boom, shoulders come forward and they make that boom sound. Just kidding, I wish they did, because that'd be so cool, it'd be easy to coach. Okay, they come forward, and then your hips, they stop doing that hingy motion, okay? And all of that moves to your lower back. So that's when you start seeing that person deadlift with those shoulders forward and that lower back arching, and they're like, man, my back is arching. But guess what? They keep going. That is another form of joint compensation. Another one perhaps is maybe with the push-up. Okay, they start losing some of the strength in their triceps and their upper back, one of the prime movers for the push-up, and they start flaring the elbows out. And then all of a sudden, it's the front of their shoulders and their chest that start to become one of the prime movers in that movement, okay? Joint compensation. You're using the joints and the muscle systems that are not typically used as the main movers in that movement. main movers in that movement, okay? Do you guys know that there are 2 U's in continuum? That's crazy. Anyways, the next one, because you decided not to listen to joint compensation, is just acute injury. Acute, it is not very cute at all. In fact, I hate that word, but it means it's an injury in the here and now. It just happened, and you have injury and pain, and it's gonna stick with you for a couple days. Then it's gonna go away. Most of us recover pretty quick from that, but it still sucks, and it starts to wreak havoc on your body over time. Okay. But now, because you decided not to listen to that acute injury and pain, okay, you kept going into the gym and you kept doing the same dang movement in the same pattern, going through the injury continuum every time. In fact, now when you get into the gym, you're doing whatever that is, whether it's chin-ups or push-ups or squats or whatever, and you're hurting during your warm-ups, and yet you still keep going. Well, guess what, guys? After a few more days or weeks of just pushing through that injury or pain, because no pain, no gain, right? That's the best way to do it. Don't do that. We lead to chronic injury, okay? Sometimes you can push your body so far into oblivion that you end up with an autoimmune disease. That's what happened to me, okay? That's why I have arthritis. Do not let your body do that, okay? If you are in pain, it is a signal from your body, it's a negative signal for some reason, your body is telling you to stop that. So just knock it off. Go find another exercise that doesn't cause you pain, because there are thousands of variations. I wish I could write them all down for you, but do that, okay? So next time you're in the gym and you're not sure how much weight you should lift, first decide which exercise you're gonna do. Start with some warm-up weights that you know you can do. Just do 1 or 2 reps at a time, okay? And once you work up to a weight where your natural speed of movement slows down, don't use that weight. Go back to the next one, the one before that, where your speed was doing great. Here's an example. I'm doing deadlifts. I'm warming up. Boom. Do a couple reps at 95. Felt easy. Good. Boom. Do another couple reps at 135. Boom. Slap some 25s. Did another set with 185. Felt easy. Slap some more plates on there. Boom. Do a couple reps at 225. They looked good, but they were slow. Okay, that means I'm not going to be explosive in that movement, and my speed of movement slowed down. So guess what? I'm going to go back to doing sets with 185, and who knows? I'll probably end up doing anywhere from 4 to 10 reps with that speed. Okay, and I'm only going to do as many reps as I can until my speed slows down. Okay, and then from there you can continue to do sets until you get to that first 1 or 2 reps and your speed is just gone. Okay, guaranteed this will work every single time you go into the gym. Listen to your body, speed of movement. Don't get yourself into the breathing pattern, the joint compensation, or the injury and pain, because nobody wants that, and that's the reason everybody stops training. So drive it into your head. This is how you're going to do it. Listen to your speed of movement. Pay attention to how your body moves. If you don't, I don't recommend strength training at all, okay? Because it's just going to be a waste of your time. That's all I got for you. Take care. Peace.